Namaste, India. We are on the campus of Satyabama University in Chennai for the United Basketball Alliance post-season play-in games. Today, in the North Division, it's the Punjab Steelers and the Delhi Capitals for a trip to the UBA semifinals. Hello again, everyone. I'm Paul Crane, back alongside Victor Howell, a commentator with the NBA's New Orleans Pelicans. And Victor, with the division being finished, the second and third place teams play in this play-in game. The Mumbai Challengers finished in first place. They know they're already in the semifinals that start next week in Goa. What we learned today is which of these teams will face them in a best 2 out of 3 semifinal series.
And the last time they were on the floor, it wasn't a lock, but it was as close as you could get for the Delhi Capitals. They played the first game, they won, they were in. By then, Punjab knew who they'd be facing. They sat a lot of their players the last time they were on the floor, anticipating tonight's game. Let's see how that plays out, as it's a one-game shot to advance.
Well, let's start with the Punjab Steelers, who finished in third place in the North Division. And when we start with them, why don't we start with the leading scorer in the league, a guy who did sit out that last game, Dermaine Crockrell.
Averaging better than 41 points a contest is Dermaine Crockrell, who at one time had tied the UBA scoring lead when he poured in 51 in one game. After playing nearly 120 minutes straight on the floor, yes, he sat out the last 40 minutes on purpose, resting up for this game here. Now with fresh legs and facing a team he scored 86 points against in the 2 previous games, don't expect to see Crockrell sitting down at all, except when a timeout is called on the floor.
Well, the Delhi Capitals, they finished in second place. Beat these Steelers twice. We'll see what that means. We know that the Capitals have a big 3 in Ronald March, Amjot Singh Gill, and Vinay Kaushik. But now we know they have a deep team with players like Muin Beck.
And that's been the real key. He didn't come out with a splash, but when you look at the statistics after the regular season, all of a sudden you see his name, how he's elevated as a very steady contributor for the Delhi Capitals, and he will play a big role in this afternoon's game. Like I mentioned, didn't come out of the gate with a head of steam, but he's filled a really nice role all over the floor for the Capitals, coming off a season-high 16-point performance. He's shooting 50% from behind the three-point line for the season, and he's a very nice complement to the play of Ronald March and Amjot. We'll see how Muin Beck does tonight in what a game that means everything.
The regular season got both of these teams here today, but each knows it must win today to get to Goa. The Punjab Steelers and Delhi Capitals, one of their seasons will end next on 10 Networks. Here in Chennai, the season will end for one of these teams. The other will move on to Goa for the UBA semifinal series in the North Division. For more, let's send it over to the third member of our team, Ridhima Pathak.
Thank you so much, Paul. You know what they say? It's very hard to beat the same team 3 times in a season. And the fact that Delhi's beaten Punjab twice does not mean that tonight's game will be a slam dunk. And the Punjab Steelers coach, Adi Biswas, agrees with it. And he says, we've played with them twice and we know the game dynamics. But whoever takes good possessions and plays good defense tonight will take away the game. I also caught up with the Delhi Capitals coach, Peter Sebastian, and asked him, the fact that you've beaten them twice, is that an advantage tonight? And he says, well, Punjab is a very competent team. Having said that, we do have a lot of confidence as we get in tonight. The only thing that I'm worried about is Amjot and Ronald March injury. But we also know that if we lose tonight, there will be no tomorrow. Back to you, Paul.
Truer words have never been spoken, Ridhima. The starting lineup, Gary, Pare from the national team, Dermaine Crockrell so strong, Rajveer and Kaushal rounding up the starting lineup. On the other side, Anil, he's another of those that have proven that the Capitals have a deep team. We talked about Ronald March and Vinay Kaushik. Amjot Singh Gill will be coming off the bench. Smitten and AJ Pratap round out the starting lineup for Sebastian Joseph. He's been an assistant on the Indian national team in his first season as the Delhi Capitals head coach, and he's trying to move to the semifinals in Goa. But so is Adi Biswas. In his first season with the Punjab Steelers, he was a player for the Chennai Slam in seasons 1 and 2, a UBA assistant in season 3, and now he's the head man of the Punjab Steelers. One game away from the semifinals, but only one will make it, and we are underway. And Anil has the ball. The Capitals, the first possession of the day. Pratap runs right into Kaushal. Gets the loose ball. Smitten puts it back up. Gary cleans up. 2 missed opportunities, and then the Capitals get it back. March goes to the glass. 3 is a charm for Ronald March.
March cashed in on a mistake by Pratap, who didn't put it back up. He tried to do a little bunny pass. He was right there under the rim, but Ronald March made sure they didn't leave that possession without some points.
First possession of the day for the Steelers. Rajveer. 1 and out. Good job by Delhi. Here comes Anil. Pratap. This is the 3. This is Dermaine Crockrell. Sat out, as we mentioned at the top of the program. The last game of the regular season to rest some aching joints. And Gary, nice little move in the lane. All tied. First part of the first quarter. March misses. Gary the rebound.
Smitten sets a heck of a screen up there to free him up for that shot attempt.
Pottery backs up. This is Gary around March. Got a piece of it for a moment. Gary picked it up. He gets a second chance. That's too easy.
It is when he attacks the glass like that. We've seen Gary the last couple games. He likes to try to establish from the outside, and then when it's not falling, he goes back in. It's good to see him start by attacking the glass.
Pratap over March.
See how Ronald March almost got the deflection, but Gary stayed with it. Got past Smith, who got in a bad position and couldn't recover. And he goes right back up with it.
Crockrell draws a foul. So it'll be on AJ Pratap. Third season with the Delhi Capitals. Plays with Railways. Crockrell gets it back to Gary. Again, he attacks the lane. This time he misses. March cleans it out. Another good job by Smitten at the defensive end. Potty got his hands on it only for a moment. Out of bounds back to Delhi. Sebastian Joseph has a wealth of talent on that Delhi Capital team. And it started to gel at the end of the regular season.
Nice job by Kaushal to hold his position there.
And Anil had a long shot. Couldn't hit it. Punjab with the ball and the early lead. Crockrell hits the 3, his first of the day.
Had a chance to talk to him before the game. He said he felt good getting to rest up a little bit. Why not? He almost played 120 straight minutes.
Steal by Rajveer. Crockrell.
Yep, he's got a little extra hop. Sitting out did him a little good to rest up a little bit.
He's got fresh legs, and Punjab has a 7-point lead.
Good timeout by the Delhi Capitals. You see the Punjab Steelers picking up the pace. Number 1, Gary's attacking the rim on a couple of possessions. And then Crockrell comes back. We know he has the outside shot. He just plants up because Pratap doesn't come out to contest. Then on the turnover, Crockrell's off to the races. It's not good news for anybody because he's one of the fastest in the league. You see him know how to finish his way. See Ronald March pulls up. He realizes even with Ronald March type speed, he wasn't going to catch up to Dermaine Crockrell. Great start for the Punjab Steelers. Fantastic start. Talk to some of the coaches that are here in attendance from other teams that wanted to, of course, come watch and see who's going to advance to go. And just in conversation, said, hey, predictions, what are your thoughts? They all said, let's see, 3 that I talked to, 2 of the 3 said Dermaine Crockrell is going to be a reason they think Punjab can advance because you can't coach speed. He has enough speed to change the pace and the dictation of the game to put it in the Punjab's favor. And so far, with this high pace and what he's done the last 2 possessions, they're right on target.
And how many times have you seen it in the NBA in particular when you get in the playoffs that a player with the talent that Crockrell has in this league can at times put a team on his back and will them to wins and take them to wins in the postseason.
Especially this one-game play-in is like a Game 7 in the NBA Finals. It's one game, do or die. You move on or you go home for the season. So you have to be able to adjust on the fly. A lot of times that's tough. Crockrell comes over to draw the charge.
Which he does, but Crockrell, they bang knees. Pratap is down. Crockrell is limping as he gets up, but at least he's up. A.J. Pratap. You don't think this means something? Man.
You saw lead official Joel Myers not waste any time. He had the call, but he saw how heavy this hit was. Immediately went to the bench and asked for the doctors to come out. Here it is again, coming from underneath. You see how high he gets up. His stomach basically hits Crockrell's head, and you see he's kind of holding his knee when he first came down. Watch the elevation. He has one knee that kind of hits Crockrell on the side by the arm, but you see how far he came when he hit the ground because of his elevation.
Oh, man. That seems the way A.J. Pratap was holding his knee and now can't put any weight on it. That's not a good sign. We won't speculate. We'll hope he's all right. Of course, Crockrell at the beginning of that looked like he took the worst of it until Pratap came down and his knee seemed to hit the floor in a way that obviously it's concern at the moment. He'll be attended to. Crockrell is up, and so are the Punjab Steelers by 7. Rajveer gets the roll, and the lead is now 9.
It's a nice shot by Rajveer because it looked like he almost lost his balance. He was on the verge of traveling. He was able to get that shot up and in.
March from outside, no. Gary cleans the glass, and Punjab looks to make it a double-digit lead if they can score. Gary for 3. He is still 0 for the season, now 0 for 6.
He always seems to have to get it out of his system. He can't help himself by shooting the shots from the outside.
Amjad Singhil in the game now for the Capitals. And his pass back for Anil ends up out of bounds, and off the turnover, Punjab will get it back. Again, the winner of this game will move on to Goa to play a best 2 out of 3 semifinal series in the North Division with the Mumbai Capitals, or the Mumbai Challengers rather. The loser will have its season come to an end. There you see the advance to Goa. The semifinals will begin in the North and the South in Goa on the 10th of March here on 10 Networks.
So Kaushal has Smitten on his backside, and he waited for his teammate to clear to help open up that lane. Then he dove down the lane to attack the glass. He's 3 of 6 in the last 2 games from the free throw line. He hasn't gone all that much. You can look at big men and you look at their statistics line and you try to find out how many times they've been to the free throw line. If they've been there a ton, it tells you they've been posting up and powering into the basket and drawing fouls. If they haven't been there that much, it's one of 2 things. They haven't been playing a lot, or they've been settling for outside shots.
And Kaushal's had some really good games, and he's had some games where he's been missing.
Absolutely. He had a 26-pointer and player of the game honors in the first game. Middle of the season had a 10-point game, and then he followed that up going 0 for 7.
0 points against Haryana that game. Amjot Singhil banged into Gary. Gary gets his first foul. And this is part of Amjot's game that's been pretty impressive in his first UBA season. He's now an 85% free throw shooter. pretty good for a big guy.
That'll keep you on the floor on any team. Take that percentage.
It's pretty good for a little guy. Stolen by March. Get ready for liftoff. Ronald March, little easy finger roll.
Well, Crockrell did enough to keep him from making it a highlight play with the dunk, but you can see those long strides. Once he started to go airborne, Crockrell didn't have a chance to make the play on the block. I wouldn't blame him if he's still a little sore from what happened a few minutes ago with that collision.
Rajveer gets in a good position. He's now got 4 points, and the Punjab lead is back to 8. Stolen by Rajveer. With Pari trailing, and Ronald Marsh picked one and then the other. Nice job by March.
Yep, March disrupted the one shot just by being there and threatening to block it. Then when he tried to pass it back, he did block it.
Gary did a nice job to close him off, too. Marshall and Amjot banging. Amjot lost it. Amjot trying to discuss things with the referee while Gary is going to the rim. Missed opportunity for Gary and the Punjab Steelers, but they have looked very good here in the early going. 4:06 to play in the first quarter. And Dermaine Crockrell and the Punjab Steelers are up by 8. .406 to play first quarter in this North Division play-in game. The winner moves on to go in the semifinals. The loser is done. Punjab off to a good start. Pleased again to welcome in the former Pune Peshawar Karna Mehta, who played the first 3 seasons in the UBA and of course has been with us a couple of days here in season 4. And Karna, you've been a part of these play-in games before. What's the pressure like out there on a player?
First of all, the first pressure that comes to each player is that if we lose, we got to go home. But if we win, we have one more step ahead to win the championship. So that is what each team plays for. And that is what we've been playing for the past few years. And I'm sure these 2 teams who've had a couple of days rest will be aiming for the same thing.
Can I just tell you, former players have a tough time sitting over here or sitting in the stands. He was into it last night, folks. The Pune Peshawars had an unbelievable ball game in the UBA South, and he did a great job with us before. You could see Connor had that itch like, well, you know what? Give me 5 minutes on the floor. Give me 6 minutes on the floor. He was so ready to be back on that floor last night.
How much are you itching inside? You'd love to be out there the way the UBA has raised the game.
Yes, I mean, each and every player would want to be on the floor anytime, given point of the time. But as we spoke earlier, the level of the game, the standard of the game is much higher this season.
Yeah, Victor wants to be on the floor. Are you kidding me?
I saw him shooting.
Yes.
Before
He's
the
got
game.
a nice touch.
Yeah,
no
a
question.
smooth lefty touch.
Yes.
Fine. Oh, smooth. Thank you very much. Can I bring you with me? I like you. I like you even more. Yeah, it's always fun, isn't it? Because you sit back here and you experience these, and you had these experiences, and you get out there and then you see it, and you can picture yourself being out there and what it takes to, that energy rush that you get to get out here with, and put it all on the line on the floor.
Yeah, in fact, if you have been a player, you'll always think the game as a player, you know, what should be done or what happens or what should have been done, you know. So in any game, if you see now also, both the teams are equally balanced.
And in these games where so much is at stake, where one team's season will come to an end and another gets to go to a best 2 out of 3, how long does it take to get some of those nerves out of your system so you can play like it's a game, even though it's anything but just another game?
Once you enter the best of 3, you've been saying, even Victor has been saying in the past 3 seasons, any team that goes into the depth of the bench will have a better chance to win in the best of 3.
Yep.
So
Balance.
the balance.
It's a well-rounded balance attack.
Yeah, I mean, in this also, if you see, there is a certain role change in the Punjab team. Gary is playing out. Normally, he's been posting up in the past matches, but he's playing out, so he's giving Derek the Crockrell that much space to drive in.
This is Brian. We saw Moon Beck off the Delhi bench with his first basket of the day. Cowshell air balls, but there's Gary getting a big rebound and another putback for Gary.
We've been talking about it that every team, has a player who does the dirty work. Now, Brian is the one in this team which has been doing the dirty work. You name it. Offensive rebounds, the steals. He's been doing that for Punjab from last year.
He really came on in the postseason last year, number 4, Brian. And there's Ronald March, his first 3 of the day. He's got 7 quick points, and Delhi, again, pulls within 8.
It's going to be close. I mean, this match too is going to be close. It's not going to be a one-sided affair.
Ridhima talked at the top of the telecast about how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in one season. You learn a lot even if you lose twice when you play them twice in a season. And Amjot runs the floor and he doesn't get the basket, but he does get the foul.
See, normally when you are 2-0 down in the season, the one team which has a 2-0 lead, or rather is up 2-0, will have the pressure to beat them on the 3rd time. So if you ask me as a player, Delhi will be having more pressure to beat Punjab the 3rd straight time. So if you see Punjab today, they're playing a flawless game. They're playing fearless. They're not thinking about that they're 2-0 down or they've been beaten twice. That's the difference. I mean, today, all season records don't matter. It's a fresh game, fresh start.
And we'll talk more about that in just a moment.
The expectations were on the other side. And for an update on the injury to AJ Pratap, let's go on over to Ridhima.
Thank you so much, Paul. Well, I spoke to Dr. Ranjan Sharma, and he told me that Ajay has hurt his right knee real hard. And right now, it looks difficult that he'll be back in the game. They're treating him, but he's in a lot of pain. So it looks difficult.
Thank you, Riddy, and that's so tough to see. So here it is. If you're the Delhi Capitals, you've beaten the Punjab Steelers twice. We know that really doesn't mean anything today. And now you appear to lose a player like AJ Pratap. Now the psyche all of a sudden comes into play a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Delhi too has a strong bench. They have a strong bench of players. So if you lose AJ, there is somebody who's there. But obviously, it's a disadvantage psychologically, as you said, for any team if their player is injured, especially the starting 5. So now they'll have to work as with the number of players what they have on the bench. With that, whoever does best, I think they will have a better chance to win.
We'll see if players like Anil and Moon Beck, who've been focused on earlier, guys, can step up like that. Going back to your point, we were talking about the games, and you're talking about throwing out the records. From the player's point of view, as Paul was mentioning, and we keep talking about, it's one and done. But as you well know, as a player, if you come out of the locker room even thinking about if we lose this game, we're done, you might as well stay in the locker room. And I think that's why at the end of the game, for instance, last night when you see Chennai lose, when they know they had a shot to try to advance, that's why that depression sets in even more, doesn't it? Because you never put in your mind and think about this is one and done, we have to win or else. It's only until at the end of the game when that reality sets in, and that's why that drop-off is so deep, isn't it?
I mean, any player, any team, as you said, they have to have a positive approach toward any game. If they don't, you're right, you better be in the locker room. You might not even come on the floor. But once you're on the floor, you have to give it your 100%. Especially today. Today is a big day for all the 4 teams playing. As we've been always saying, the loser goes home, winner goes ahead. So there's nothing else to play for. Today is the main day.
So as we watch the Delhi Capitals trailing, and now Ronald March turns it over. And Dermaine Crockrell goes to the rim.
Oh, where did he come from? I didn't even see him on the break. He snuck behind somebody and exploded to the basket.
You should give credit to Akilan. He has that vision. Derek ran behind him and he was sprinting ahead. So that was a smart tap pass which is given to him right in his motion.
Anil misses. Rajveer the rebound. And when you look at Delhi take the outside shot the way it does so early in the possession, what do you think?
We've been talking about that all throughout the season, sir. If you notice, they have a stronger inner game. Still, they are preferring to shoot from outside. You see the team fouls. Punjab is still on 3 and there's only 1 minute left. that itself shows that they need to stress more on the inner game.
We'll see if they can do it here. Beck with Crockrell who blocks it. Oh, he can get up.
Wow, that was an exciting play. He blocked it with his wrong hand.
Dermaine Crockrell does so many things well, including getting up to the rim, whether it's on offense, and there we saw it on defense. O'Neal into the lane, over Gary, gets his own rebound, and can't get the putback. There's a missed opportunity for the Capitals. Behind the back by Crockrell, Rajveer the shot, and Gary
just helped that go in.
He kind of like waved at it. Give it to Rajveer. Down goes Crockrell as March put on the brakes.
He tried to draw a charge.
And O'Neal with the basket. That was a good look. 10 seconds left in the quarter.
Delhi not running back on defense is not going to help. They have to run back even if there's a turnover.
And the quarter comes to an end before Dermaine Crockrell can get off a shot. So Karna, the stakes could not be higher. Punjab's got a 10-point lead, but it's only the first quarter.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, there's still 3 quarters to go. I mean, Delhi has to pull back and has to get their strategy back in place, which their strength, as I said, they have to play inside. Shooting from outside is not going to help their cause.
So we'll see if they can get inside. We appreciate your insight once again. The first quarter is in the books, and the Punjab Steelers can be happy with the way that went. But as Karna just said, there's 3 quarters left to play. We're just getting started here in Chennai. The winner moves on to the semifinals in the best 2 out of 3 series in Goa. The loser goes home.
(25-15) Punjab Steelers on top of the Delhi Capitals after the first quarter. One of the highlight plays and picking up the pace, courtesy of Dermaine Crockrell. You're seeing his back right now. Ronald March has the ball. He's going to try to get things going for the Delhi Capitals. Let's watch what happens once Dermaine Crockrell gets his hands in there for the steal and turns around and heads the other way. Now watch this when you look at what we've got here. Here's a player, here's a player, here's a player. Guess where Dermaine Crockrell is? If that was a race, he's 4th. Guess where Crockrell's going to wind up going? All the way down the line and gets to the basket first. Watch this burst of speed. Remember we said, where did he come from? Well, watch where he comes from. Turns on the jets and outruns everybody and then elevates for the dunk. Very
special
impressive.
Player.
That man, and just think, he was showing that burst of speed when he was playing 120 straight minutes. He's had 40 minutes off.
Yeah, it's like a month for him. Crockrell, nice elevation on the jump shot. He just missed it. And Delhi, there's a guy that's got some special skills as well. Count the basket for Ronald March. It looks like the international bucket man is warming up.
Even Crockrell wasn't fast enough to get in this position. You can see he slid across. He never had a chance to actually plant his feet to try to draw the charge, was still moving in body contact with March as he went to the basket.
So March completes the three-point play. He now has 10 as well. 75% free throw shooter during the regular season. We are in the postseason now. Kaushal off the glass. Little ball movement there allowed him to have an open look from close up. Amjot with Kaushal on him. Looks like Kaushal gave him a little too much of a push.
That inside shot by Kaushal you're talking to just continues what Punjab did in the first quarter to have success. 16 points in the paint, outscoring Delhi by 10 in the paint, 16-6. The Capitals also somewhat shooting themselves out of this. 7 3-point attempts in the first quarter. They were just 1 of 7.
That's exactly what you've been talking about. Ian Carter referencing that. March, 2 misses. And here comes Punjab. Nice job by Amjot.
Yeah, he did all that work to keep possession of it, only to throw it away.
And O'Neal finishes at the other end.
He went behind the back to avoid defenders pushing the ball down the floor. He did all that work to hold on to possession, then leaves his feet with a bad pass. It turns into 2 points the other way.
Amjot got his big arms up in the way and started to break the other direction for the Capitals. Pade hits the 3.
It's all about the shoes. It's all about the shoes. My man brought back the neons. I asked about them last game, remember? Look, there they are.
Yep. Got those. Glowing. If the lights went out, we could all find our way around
Exactly.
because of his shoes.
Glowing, there they are. Couple 9-volt batteries and he's ready to roll. He went red last game and that wasn't his style. He hasn't really been wearing that. He had 5 points in last game. He's gone back to the neons where he's had 2 10-point games. I like the neons.
So does he. He hit that 3. Sagar got in no man's land, lucky to get it to the corner. And Gary couldn't get it out. Vinay looking for March. Muin-Beck hits the 3.
Focused on him off the top of the program, shooting better than 50% behind the three-point line. He doesn't shoot that many, but when he shoots them, he's been very efficient. That tells you he's selective about his shot selection. He doesn't just launch them, but he gets good looks like that, and that's as pure as it comes.
Off the mark. Another chance for Delhi. Have trailed by as many as 12. Vinay misses again outside with big Amjot. One of those you would think could handle the inside. They haven't given him the chance yet. Crockrell right around him and up and in.
And they got lost up top trying to cover Crockrell. Took his eyes off of him, and Crockrell went back door.
March fighting to get around the screen, does so. He worked hard for those 2 points. He's got 12 now. Crockrell spinning high off the glass. Gary battling for the rebound, but O'Neal out hustling. And then Pari was reaching in. So Pari picks up his first foul. He fouled out of 3 straight games during the regular season. And picks up his first here.
You see Robbie just coming into the game. Of all the players that sat in the last game, he did not. He played a full game for the Steelers and had a very good game.
Yes, he did.
27 points on 10 of 16 shooting, 10 rebounds, nice double-double effort.
And a travel by Rashid. And Delhi turns it over, so completely wasted possession. Delhi down 7 and hands the ball back to Punjab. 6:28 to play, second quarter, 9th turnover of the game for the Delhi Capitals, and coaches don't like going in the locker room at halftime and seeing double-digit turnovers.
Oh, absolutely not.
I've had coaches don't like going in the locker room and seeing 4 or 5 turnovers. Ravi from way out hits the 3.
How about that?
That's only his second of the only one in the regular season.
2 on the shot clock. Robbie just squared up and launched it. And it's not like his toe was right on the line. He had some distance between himself and the three-point line.
Amjot, strong move.
That's what the Delhi Capitals need. They need to get him involved. 4 points in the first quarter, all on free throws. He only had 1 field goal attempt.
March thought he had it. Gary couldn't control. Knocked out of bounds.
Watch on the other end. March goes inside. Amjad with 1 quick step. You see Ravi can't turn that shoulder and cut him off baseline. That just leaves him an avenue to the rim.
Gary, that's a strong move. Oh, he traveled again. He had a nice move, used the right hand off the glass, but we've seen that issue with him, a hop and a step.
If you hop, and you got to come down with a 2-foot stop. You can't hop and then hop again to take 1-2 and go to the board. You're going to hop the first time. Once you land, you have to plant both feet and then launch, and that's what you just saw Coach telling Gary.
And that was Pari reaching in, so 2 quick fouls on Akalan Pari. He's had some foul issues this season. March. Good look. Hits the 3, his second of the game. He's got 15, and it's a 5-point game. Gary, that's a strong move on a good player, and Gary made it good his first of the second quarter. He's got 8 points in the game.
Gary could just pick a couple of game tapes and watch the difference in his game when he tries to establish down in the paint from when he tries to go way outside and then drive in. He's so long and lean, but has such quickness with his feet. If he would establish from 8 to 10 feet like that, he could just be a dominant player. Sometimes he takes himself out of the game, and there he gets the foul. He's late on the help defense.
That was a dominant player going right to the basket. And so Amjot Singh Gill will shoot free throws when we come back as the Delhi Capitals and Punjab Steelers in the North Division play-in game. We are in the postseason in the UBA. The winner moves on to the semifinals, and the loser is done. 4:25 to play in the second quarter of this North Division play-in game. Punjab with a 7-point lead on the Delhi Capitals. Paul Crane and Victor Hall. And Victor, we said Dermaine Crockrell is a special player who's proving it again today.
Look at the elevation on that breakaway as he gets the block. Then the nice behind the back pass on the break that Gary helps finish. But he pulls up for a three and has good elevation. Oh, and he's got some speed as well. Quick hands on defense, quicker feet on offense, a nice bounce pass, and a high elevation for his second dunk of the game. That's a lot that just happened in about 20 seconds of highlights. My goodness. He did just about a little bit of everything there. 12 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Crockrell showing no signs of any fatigue. I'm sure he appreciated the rest, but you know if that game had more on the line, there's no way 33 would not have been on the floor.
Exactly, because it's all about now. Get to the postseason and then succeed when you get there. Amjot stays perfect at the free throw line today. That's 6 for 6. He's got 8 points in the game, and more importantly for him and his teammates, it's now back to a 5-point Punjab lead. Pari resets. Rashid guarding him. 8 on the shot clock. Pari sees the lane and goes right to the basket.
Moon Beck has to slide over some more on that help side defense. You can't just stand there and watch him come at you and then go vertical and see what he does. You've got to be able to slide over and try to keep him from getting that path to the basket.
Vinay stepped on the out-of-bounds line as he started to, after he got the pass, so that turns it over again for the Capitals. Long pass to Ravi. Nice job by Moon Beck to push him off the baseline. Ravi gets his own rebound. Nice job by Amjot to deny him.
Good defense by Amjot, but Ravi shouldn't be too disappointed. 2 strong takes. It got blocked. That's okay. He attacked the glass, and that sometimes will give them something to think about the next time he has the ball.
That's 3 on Kaushal. So Kaushal and Gary now have 3. Gary not on the floor after he picked up his 3rd, but Amjot goes back to the free throw line where again he has been perfect. They need to pick somebody else to foul.
Well, here's one of the keys when these two teams played earlier this season, and Delhi's gotten off to a slow start with it. In fact, after the first quarter, as I mentioned, they only had 6 paint points after the first quarter. In the 2 games they played this season, when Delhi won the first game by 3, the Capitals scored 60 in the paint. When they won the second game by 7, they scored 58 in the paint. So they were really attacking the glass. And what did I just say a few moments ago? They haven't gotten Amjot involved in the offense other than getting the free throw line. They're not getting him the ball down on the block, and they haven't been attacking like they did in the first 2 games.
And they have struggled from the outside,
which is even more of a reason to pack up the outside for now and try to get closer to the basket.
Looks like Ravi pushed Ronald March out of bounds.
Oh, I think Ravi was hoping for the travel. He would have preferred the travel than pick up a foul. They already have foul trouble with the bigs. Even Ronald March was down there looking at the official saying travel, but they got the foul call instead on the push-off.
Amjot from outside, he goes ahead and hits the 3. They're not going to work him inside. He hits from outside. He's now got 13 points in the game. But he has actually done that pretty well during the regular season as well.
6 of 15 in the last 3 games.
Robbie misses again, and Ronald March won't give him a second chance. Again, outside shooting. March misses.
Good play by Potty there to hold it up.
March has it for the Capitals. They trail by 2. We'll see if they can work it inside now. But Amjot decides to turn around and take that.
It's just not, there's too much at stake to be turning around like that just off of 1 pass and launching.
Crockrell and 1.
See, and there's somebody on the other end who attacks, gets to the glass and goes to the free throw line. I promise you, if you come down with the shot clock with 20 seconds on the shot clock and stand 23 feet away and it's open, if you go back with 3 seconds on the shot clock, that 23-footer is still going to be wide open. There you see Crockrell watching from our slam cam. 1 crossover dribble, he turns Vinay around, Then the tough shot is two other white jerseys converged on him, and he's able to put it up and in. Paul, that's something we talk about so many times. If shooters, and Carno can tell you this too from having been on the game, played the game, shooters like to shoot, and that's fine, but when your outside shot's not working, you have to go find where it is working and then reestablish, if that makes sense. And so if you shoot, say, remember Alex Scales the other night went 1 for 13 from the three-point line, but he still finished with 40-some-odd points because instead of shooting threes, he's like, all right, let me start moving it in. You go to 5 feet, then to 8 feet, then to 15 feet, and you start finding that range where it is working.
And you pack the defense in because you're attacking the basket, and it opens up looks outside.
Exactly. Just because you have a game, if your shot's not working that night, move it into a range where it is working. But Amjo, hey, he hit 1 3-pointer, that's fine. But the last possession was literally 1 pass, and then he turned and shot in 1 motion. That's not his shot. You just scored 118 points in 2 games in the paint when you beat this team twice this season, and right now the Delhi Capitals are not looking to get the ball in the paint. And you have a Punjab Steelers team that has foul trouble. They've got 2 of their bigs with 3 fouls already. So there's advantages there to be had, and they're just not taking them right now.
So what are the odds that Sebastian Joseph said a little something like that in that huddle during the timeout to the Delhi Capitals? Certainly if he didn't, he probably should have. Dermaine Crockrell will go try to complete the 3-point play, and all he is an 89% free throw shooter and perfect 3 of 3 on the day. No surprise. So the aggressive move into the point you've made many times. The worst thing that would happen in most cases is you get 2 free throws. Right, now he gets the basket and 1, and it's back to a 5-point lead. 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Muhlenbeck hits the 3. The Capitals keep taking the outside shot, but Muhlenbeck drains his second from behind the arc today. He's got 8, and it's back to a 2-point game. Taj has to kick it out. Kauscher banging into Amjo. 5 on the shot clock, and it goes out of bounds. Back to the Capitals. Good job by Delhi.
I think that was actually good defense by Muhlenbeck that caused that. I think he tried to reach around and try to slap at it. Caused the Steelers to turn it over.
Hey, full speed. Oh, nice move. Vinay Kauscher.
Oh, that was just a track meet with Akalesh. He just beat him to the basket.
Timeout, Punjab.
Vinay started on one end of the floor with the dribble, picked up a head of steam. He realized that Akalesh wasn't going to turn him. And until Akalesh turned him, he was going to keep going. Before you knew it, he was at the backboard.
We talked at the top of the telecast. We heard from Ridimo and how tough it is to beat a team 3 times in 1 season. We also highlighted Muhlenbeck of the Delhi Capitals, and he responds to exactly that.
Mohan, your team has beaten Punjab twice. Does that give you an advantage as you get into tonight's game?
Yeah, sure. Like we have a good height like Amjot Singh and Ronald March. They are doing better job. We are making the game faster. By Ronald is taking the game faster, and Vinay Kaushik is a good shooter. It helps us to beat them twice. And we have a good defensive player like Ronald is blocking per game like 4.5. And Anil is doing good. By bench side, all are good. We are very good coordinator, and we could easily beat Punjab today, I guess. Hopefully.
Ooh, all right. Thank you so much, Mohan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Moore and Ridimo. He's off to a good start. He's contributing, as you talked about, top of the telecast.
Interesting to hear him say when Ridimo first asked him, what's the first thing he said? We have good size like players like Amjo. Use them.
Yeah.
Put them inside.
Good idea.
He's even telling you the scouting report because he knows that's how they beat him before.
Right. And he's Muhlenbeck comfortable here at Satyabama. He played here and at Anna University here in Chennai. And he and his Capitals have been uncomfortable for much of this game, but they've come back to tie the game with just over a minute to play, second quarter.
And something else on Muhlenbeck too, when we talk about the outside shooting. Muhlenbeck is shooting better than 50% from the three-point line. That last one that he hit in the corner was not rushed. What did I say earlier? He's selective on his shots. Somebody who is a shooter like that that's not forcing it, if you have a wide open look and you're shooting better than 50%, you can live with it. He's not forcing the issue.
And Crockrell hits the basket. Muhlenbeck is hitting over 50%. He's now 8 of 14, I believe, on the whole season. Vinay.
That's 2 in a row. Vinay's gotten right to the glass.
He's right on 50% in the regular season. Looking good today.
Well,
Speaking of looking good,
the concern right now for the Delhi Capitals, if you want to start projecting ahead, Crockrell's already having it too easy getting to the basket. And we've seen his game only gets better as the game goes on.
March traveled, turn it over. He thinks he was fouled. Instead, he gets called for a travel, and he's not happy. And the Punjab Steelers, with 22 seconds left in the quarter, have the ball and the lead. Again, the winner moves on, and the loser is done. Crockrell will hold for the final shot of the second quarter.
He can hold it as late as 6 or 5 seconds with his speed. Decides to pass it at 7.
Well, here, a good look. 2 seconds left. March runs into trouble, and Padre fouls him with 1 second on the clock. Hold on a second.
Wow, that's going to send to the free throw line.
Or does Rajveer will get called for it? Padre's lucky.
There's only 2 on the clock, and he's trying to get possession of it. Why in the world are you even trying to get around him when he's 60 feet away from the basket?
Because even if he did gather the ball, how could he get a shot?
There you saw it from behind, so it looks like they're going to put 1 second back on the clock. You know, we saw this the other day, too, where somebody had a free throw with no time on the clock because of the foul. Here, they put 1 back on the clock.
Ronald March with 2 free throws. Misses the first. 75% free throw shooter during the regular season. Today in the postseason, he's now 1 of 2.
Now here's the
second left.
Here's the one difference. Look at this. Look at this. Everywhere Crockrell goes on the lane, Amjot's wanting to go. He doesn't want to go by Kaushal. So when Crockrell moved, he moved with him because he wanted to go by the smaller man.
Yeah. Because he might get it on a miss.
On a tip.
Just tip it
Exactly.
in. Sure.
Crockrell switched sides, so he switched sides, so Crockrell went back the other way.
March misses them both. The quarter expires before Beck can get off the shot. And we'll go to the locker room with Punjab leading by 2. Now they had led by as many as 12. The Capitals put together a run to tie the game briefly. But we will go to the locker rooms in this winner-take-all game with Punjab up by 2. And Steelers head coach Adi Biswas is standing by with the rhythm.
Thank you so much, Paul. Coach, at the end of the first quarter, you had a 10-point lead. Now you just have a 2-point lead. What clicked for you in the first quarter, and what happened in the second?
Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
Sure, I'll repeat.
Too loud.
You had a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and now you have a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
What clicked for you in the first quarter, and what happened in the second?
I think it was pure rush in the beginning. Like we were giving it everything that we had. Right now, I think guys are like kind of like getting comfortable with it. Now I'm gonna go back and just tell them that let's keep the intensity high as we started, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Keep it in defense and offense as well, and keep getting the defensive and offensive boards. That's what we're gonna do right now.
And 2 of your bigs have 3 fouls.
Yeah.
How do you plan on using them, Gary and Kaushal?
That's what we did. So that's why I got a smaller team on so that we can do faster movements so that we can push it faster. And that's what we're trying to do. If we get them back, probably in this quarter, I'll start with the bigs and let's see if they can maintain it. Otherwise, I have to get them back again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ridhima.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Ridhima, and thank you, Coach. Don't go away. Huge second half. The stakes couldn't be higher as the winner moves on, and the loser is done. But coming up next at halftime, we will announce our all-star teams that will play in Goa on the 16th of March, right here on 10 Networks. We are at halftime of the North Division play-in game here in the UBA postseason. The Punjab Steelers lead the Delhi Capitals 46-44. The winner moves on to the semifinals in Goa. The loser's season is done. Paul Crane back alongside Victor Hall, and Victor, Goa needs to get ready. Not only are the UBA semifinals and championship final series coming to Goa, but so is the first ever UBA All-Star game.
We've seen so many stars on the floor throughout season 4 here in the UBA. Now you have the chance to put them together. It's a game that'll have a lot of pride on the line, but it'll have an awful lot of fun. And with the talent we've seen, oh my, there are going to be a lot of highlights in that All-Star game.
So even the players that don't make it to the championship finals, that have been among the best of the best, they'll get to play in Goa. And let's take a look at the North Division, 15 All-Stars in each division. We're putting them together alphabetical order for the first names, and no surprise to see the likes of Alex Scales, Amjot, but Anil, a young player who has proven his worth on the floor here in season 4.
And we talked about that as players can step up and play roles, and certainly Anil has been one of those that has done that. In the last 2 games, he scored 35 points. He has stepped up when the team really started to start playing its best basketball to get to the point where they are right now. Certainly deserved of that honor.
Deshaun Maddox, Dermaine Crockrell, no surprise, the league's leading scorer. Iban Hyams, the athletic player of the Haryana Gold, who does so many things well, including play defense.
He does, and how many times we've seen him take charges. I'm sure right now he's still icing down the body from all the offensive charges he's taken as a defender. A great player, has nice role, really stepped up his defense. That's not easy to do. That alone could be deserving, but he's just had an all-around very nice season.
We've seen Gary here for the Punjab Steelers, and Inderbir Gill is another player that does so many things well, including distribute the ball, jag deep Baines, hit that huge shot at the end of overtime to beat the Haryana Gold and allow Mumbai to get right to the semifinals. The athletic Jimmy Scroggins and Muin Beck, another example of you show the UBA what you do on the floor. He's risen to the top. He's going to go to Goa no matter what happens today.
Yeah, we talked about it. He's had 4 double-digit games, shooting 50% or better from the three-point line. He's filled a very nice role for the Capitals, and so has Nikhil. We've seen him as a UBA veteran. We talked about his athleticism, but he changed his style of game this year when so many international players and Indian national players came in, yet he was able to elevate his game to a very good level to have a steady season. One of the many reasons why the Challengers team is so deep and sitting where they are waiting for somebody in Goa.
Ronald March and Vinay Kaushik we're watching today. They're all-stars. And you talk about Indian national team stars that are in the UBA. How about Yadwinder Singh? He's an all-star.
That's a loaded team right there from the North Division. Players we've enjoyed watching all season long. Wait till we get to see them all playing together and watch some of that athleticism and the fun that these all-stars have. It'll be a great show in Goa to see these stars show everybody what the game is all about and having some fun.
Well, stick around. The South play-in game is up next on 10 Sports, and we will announce the South Division All-Stars at halftime of that game. But first, the big second half of the North Division playoff play-in game here in Chennai. We are at halftime here in Chennai, the North Division play-in game. The winner moves on to the semifinals. The loser is done. It's a 2-point game as Punjab leads Delhi. Paul Crane back alongside Victor Howell. And Victor, whatever butterflies were going on or nerves at the beginning of the game, they're probably long gone now.
No doubt these teams are starting to settle in a little bit. The disturbing numbers for the Delhi Capitals, and we talked about it throughout the first half. They've taken 33 field goal attempts. 15 of them have come from behind the three-point line. They've only made 5. You take half of those and move them over to the inside of the three-point line. Instead of a 2-point deficit, they could be up by heavy single digits, maybe double digits. And the other big number we told you, these two teams played twice this season, 60 points in the paint, 58 points in the paint. So far tonight, just 18 points in the paint. The Delhi Capitals got away from what was successful earlier this season, and they steered away from it in the first half tonight.
Well, what they did was fall behind by 10 at the end of the first quarter, as many as 12 in the game, but Ronald March and company did make a run to make it close.
Well, we know how Ronald March can take the game up a notch because of his speed. He can take it next level, and you see him there attacking on the break and drawing the foul. Muin Beck, we focused on him. How about his shooting? 3 of 5 in the first half, 2 of 3 from three-point land. That's 67%. He also has 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 8 points. It doesn't get more solid than that when you're talking somebody playing a key role. For the Punjab Steelers, Gary, he got inside early, then he watched his game go outside. Then he went back inside, and look what happens when he attacks. He's successful. The problem is he has 3 fouls. He's got to be careful of that. And then there's Dermaine Crockrell. No surprise, he played all 20 minutes. He and Ronald March, the only 2 players to play all 20 minutes. 7 of 11 from the floor. He has 19 points to lead all scorers, but he will need some help, and the Punjab Steelers have to be careful. They have foul trouble.
And the 3-point shots, look at how the Punjab Steelers, they've only taken 4 and have made 3. They got good looks. They were efficient.
And
the
because
Delhi Capitals, the other way.
Look at that. Because of that, you see what they're doing in the paint. They're taking them on the inside.
And you have pointed out in the 2 wins during the regular season that Delhi had, they dominated with points in the paint. Let's send it now to Ridima.
Thank you so much, Paul. Well, I spoke to the Delhi Capitals coach, Peter Sebastian, and asked him, in the first 2 games, the way you attacked Punjab, why is it not happening this time? He said, well, in the very first quarter with Ajay Pratap's injury, we got a psychological setback. And also, Anil Ron's shots weren't clicking. But in the second quarter, I made a couple of changes which worked for us. And that's how we came from a 10-point deficit to a 2-point deficit. And we continue with those changes in the third and the fourth quarter. And he also says that we're going to fly because we're going to play a very, very pacey game. Back to you, Paul.
Well, we would expect nothing less. So buckle up, everyone. The second half is going to speed up. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. just about ready to go to the third quarter. Paul Crane and Victor Howell, the Punjab Steelers, with that 2-point lead. There's only 20 minutes of basketball left in the season for one of these teams. Crockrell and March, the two leading scorers, and we expect to have quite the battle between the two of them here in this first postseason game of UBA Season 4. And March wastes no time drawing a foul.
Well, if coach is telling Riddy that he's going to keep the changes he made in the second quarter and expect it to be a lot more in the second half, expect to see a lot more of that. Quick ball movement and attacking the glass. He's going to try to pick up the tempo here, knowing that the Punjab Steelers have foul trouble, and whether that means in a half-court set and attacking the basket, or if that means transitioning from defense to offense. Sounds like he's ready to put on the Jets and say, we got 2 quarters, let's lay it all out. Because if we win, we got a week to rest up. And if we lose, well, we know what happens.
And March has now missed 4 consecutive free throws, but Amjot gets the rebound and was fouled trying to pass. It looks like Pottery reached in. And so now all of a sudden Pottery does have 3.
Again, that's one of those situations. It's an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
March. It's like an offensive foul on Amjot.
Oh, and March came down. Look, March came down a little on a play that wound up being a dead ball.
Uh-oh. And Amjot set what I think looked like a moving screen. He got called for the foul. And now March is going to have to come out.
Watch as Ronald March turns. You see, it happened when he lifted off. You could see it kind of twisted when he took off, and that's why he came down. Never even finished making the shooting motion. The whistle had blown because of the illegal screen. Looks like he twisted it on liftoff.
Alvin A guarding Crockrell, and he goes right up around Arshdeep.
Maybe Dermaine Crockrell heard coach from the other team say he wants to pick up the pace. Crockrell's like, okay,
that's good with
sure.
him.
I'm right with you.
Amjot working around Kaushal. Rajveer came over and wanted no part of that. Amjot going to the basket, strong move. Other than the dunk early in the second quarter, that's the first time we've seen him really make a move to the basket.
That's going to be 4 on Gary.
And that would be trouble for Punjab, but it's going to be on Anil. It's actually Anil. Let's send it over to Ridhima for an update on Ronald March.
Thank you so much, Paul. Well, I just spoke to Dr. Ranjan Sharma, and he told me that Ron has slightly twisted his ankle, but it's nothing major, and he should be back in the game.
Count the basket. That's great news for the Delhi Capitals. But I would say 2 words that they're probably thinking are hurry up.
Right. You see the nice drive there on the inside. I think he gets to the basket, draws the foul.
Beck picks up his second. Pottery's had limited opportunities during the regular season, but he was pretty good when he got there. 80% free throw shooter, and hits his first of the day. And it's back to a 5-point lead again. Arshdeep working on Gary, but he did that hop step travel.
Yep. Gary that time had good defensive position, wasn't trying to jump up. Has to be careful with 4. And it's a nice move by the Capitals to go right at Gary to see if they could get him out of the game. But he kept his good position, and he forced him to do a little hop step and get the travel.
Crockrell wasted no time. That's his second 3-pointer of the day, and he's got 24 points. Amjot from outside settles for that. Crockrell makes it 1 and done. He will reset. Kaushal from outside, airballs it. Long pass from Vinay to Amjot, trying to get around Kaushal. Beck airballs it, and Crockrell comes away. At least they tried to get inside, and Crockrell gets away. Timeout, Delhi.
Punjab Steelers have answered the challenge, and Delhi wanted to pick up the pace. Dermaine Crockrell leading the charge. You see how he ball fakes one side, Euro steps around the defender coming right at you. There's the ball fake, steps to the other side, goes right side off the glass, gets the friendly roll. And what was a 2-point game just a moment ago is back up to 10 now for the Steelers.
And what was it you said about if Delhi wants to pick up the pace, Crockrell?
Absolutely.
Hey, let's go. Let's do it.
Crockrell's probably like, hey, you know what? Let's play 2. Let's keep going.
Let's go.
So he's fine with that.
And Dermaine Crockrell, we've seen the incredible speed, concentration, leaping ability. This guy does it all.
Crockrell take it in from the corner, comes around the lane, and then the elevation on the 3. See how much he elevates on that 3-pointer. He also shows that speed. Breaking away, the ball fake, the Euro step, comes right around, gets the nice friendly roll off the glass. He's done so many things and well-rounded. Looks for some support here and there. Let me correct myself on one thing, because it happened on the other end. There's 2 1s. That foul on the other end down here was on a kneel. I was looking down on the sheet, so when I had said Gary has 4, he actually has 3.
Correct.
Because that number 1, I had said that, that's my mistake. It was that foul was on a kneel. It went on the other side, number 1. So Gary can still play a little more aggressively than he could have if he had the 4
But
foul.
with 7:41 in the third quarter, he still can't play too aggressively because that 4th foul would cause all sorts of problems the rest of the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So he's in a situation where he needs to be careful nonetheless.
We've made it to the play-in game. You'd think I'd start watching these games by now.
Oh, you got it. You saw number 1. And he's already had 3 fouls. It makes perfect sense. No, it's not a problem. Vinay off the mark, and Gary having a lot to do with that. Look at Crockrell. And it forces a foul. No basket. The foul that occurred on the floor, but Crockrell just went into a different speed.
So earlier we showed you on the telestrator how he outran players filling the lane. He's outrunning players dribbling the ball.
And who are already in front of him with a head start.
Right. He outran 3 of the opponent players and 2 of his own players, and he was dribbling.
So he's thinking about things other than just running fast. Man.
And again, you can't coach that. That's just such a talent.
You can coach that move, but the talent of Vinay Kaushik got him up to the rim. Inside basket, and it's back to an 8-point game. Amjad, nice job to cut off Gary. Give him a shot he didn't necessarily like.
Exactly, that's just a forced shot. He had the idea in his head of where he wanted to go, but when the road got blocked off, he decided to spin and shoot anyway. That's just not his type of move. If you want to go into the paint and it gets blocked off, pass it out and then reset.
How about the vision of Vinay Kaushik to find Amjad all the way at the baseline? He went right to the basket and got fouled, and now we'll go to the free throw line. Kaushik picks up number 4 and quickly gets a seat on the bench. Amjad remains perfect on the day. Of 10 for Amjad Singh. 17 points in the game. Delhi is back within 6. Nice cut and pass. A foul will be on Amjad, who thinks he got a forearm from Crockrell, but what Crockrell got was a foul from Amjad, his 3rd.
So Amjad has 17 points. 10 of his 17 points have come from the free throw line. He only has 5 field goal attempts. That number could skyrocket if he would put himself down on the block and start attacking the glass.
There's a real UBA rarity. Dermaine Crockrell just missed a free throw. He's got 27, the Punjab lead. Here's back to 8. Amjad wants the ball, working on Ravi. Kind of created a little space for himself. Lucky the whistle didn't blow again.
He did, but there was enough space to be able to turn around and get that jump shot, and he wanted that matchup because he told his teammate to go to the other side. I didn't see what number it was, but he looked at him and cleared him out so he could have a one-on-one matchup on the baseline.
And he hit a nice little shot. Foul on the floor. Oh, kickball. Fresh 14. 6:02 to play third quarter. This is Potter. The electric shoes. Bryan getting around, moving back, then in traffic. Nice dish. And just before the shot clock sounded, Potter makes the basket. And head referee Joel Myers wants to take a look. Did the shot clock expire or not? One.
Yep,
It's
clearly
out of his
makes it.
hands. Count
Absolutely.
it. 10 points for Pari. Punjab continues to keep Delhi in a little hole. Using 23.5 seconds of that 24-second clock. Or in that case of the reset, it was the 14-second clock. They used nearly all of it. Pari had his fingers on it for a moment before Vinay hits the three, his first of the day.
Amazing how just inches can make such a big difference. If Ali doesn't hit that ball, Crockrell steals it and goes the other way. He had jumped the passing lane.
Missed the dunk.
That was almost the play of the year.
And there's Bryan with a steal. Carnameta talked about him. There's a dunk.
Tell you what, Dermaine Crockrell just sent a message to everybody because he just tried to dunk it over Amjo. And that is how you go aggressively to the basket. That was going to be the play of the year had he made that bucket.
Amjot goes right to the basket. Amjot putting together a game. He's got 21. Punjab still up 5. Gary couldn't get around the traffic. Amjot and Arshdeep around, and here comes Delhi. 4:30 to play, third quarter. Amjot, one step up over Ravi. Crockrell gets the rebound. He floats and gets the foul. So the pace has picked up, but the lead remains Punjab. Dermaine Crockrell. And the Punjab Steelers want to keep playing after today. Four minutes, 12 seconds remain third quarter. The North Division play-in game. The winner moves on to Goa in the North Division semifinals. The loser goes home. Paul Crane and Victor Howell, and that man, Dermaine Crockrell, he's made it very clear he wants to keep playing.
He's had no problem with the Delhi Capitals wanting to try to pick up the pace a little bit. And they did. They cut it to 2. Crockrell was a big reason why they cut it all the way back to 10. And now Delhi's trying to chip back away at it.
Ronald March, you can see him down. The rebound at the free throw line. Back in the game after a twisted ankle. talked about how Crockrell tried to dunk over Amjot. I think there's another little something going on down there. Crockrell is trying to send a message, and I think it's been received but not appreciated.
Right, no doubt. Look, that sends a message in several ways. Talk about being aggressive. Even though he missed the dunk, it gives Amjot and the defense something to think about the next time they see Crockrell coming at him. Shows that we're not backing down.
Nice little jump shot from O'Neal.
And it also shows how crazy athletic Dermaine Crockrell is.
Yeah. Pottery may have the electric shoes, but Crockrell's got something with like gas powered.
No doubt.
6 on the shot clock. Gary. Bryan takes the long shot, but it moved it around and had a good look. And a three-pointer by Bryan, his first.
Matty Bithwa even knew that was going on the Punjab bench. He saw the release. He was doing the three-point signal before it went in.
Gary comes away with it. Ravi leading the break. So all of a sudden, Punjab's back to a double-digit lead.
Well, that's what they did a few moments ago. Delhi came back and cut it to 2, and before you knew it, it was back to 10. They've answered every little spurt by Delhi with a bigger one of their own.
Amjot working on Ravi. Pottery came one way. Amjot goes the other, count the basket. That's what you were looking for the entire first half. And he has certainly shown he's got the ability to dominate if he goes in there.
Yep, he saw the path in the lane with 4 white jerseys on the outside. Just took one spin move and a big step and dropped it right to the basket.
So Amjot continues perfection at the free throw line. 11 of 11 as we approach the 2.5-minute mark, third quarter. Pottery blocked by March.
He tried to go behind the back with a trick play, put on the other hand, and March found his way.
Amjot gets fouled. He went up with the finger roll.
You know, on one end, Party tried to go behind the back. Watch this. He tries to go behind the back and then brings it back to his right hand, and March uses his length to block. Then go the other way, and here comes Crockrell. And look at him get up. He was disappointed they called a foul. He was lucky they didn't call basket interference. He was so high up trying to get up to the shot that he hit the net and had the rim moving a little bit, but they called a foul to send Amjot to the line, and it hits anyway.
26 points for Amjot. And it's again a 5-point game. Gary can't get around Amjot.
He's doing that a lot. He's putting that ball on the floor and then he stops, but he's not sure. If Gary's getting the ball on the wing and he's driving, but then when he stops, he doesn't always have a destination. It's like he hasn't finished the trip, but he stopped, then he has to figure out what he's got to do. He's going to be putting the ball down like that. He has to know he's going to take it all the way to the basket or dribble himself through the lane and help reset. Don't just come to a jump stop and try to figure out, all right, now what?
And Amjot's had something to do with that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Keeping him from going the way he wanted to go.
Yeah.
He just didn't have a plan B.
Right. Just because you want to go there doesn't mean you're going to go there.
Exactly.
Defense has something to do with it.
Bryan rattles home the first. He gets a second. The foul was on Moon back. He's got 4. Leads the game. Bryan hits them both. It's back to a 7-point lead for Punjab. Rashid blocked by Gary. And Bryan, as Karna Mehta had told us in the first quarter, does all those little things that might not show up in a box score. He made sure that Punjab gets the ball.
He was right on. We mentioned it before this season how Bryan really stepped his game up last year. And Punjab made that run at the UBA title.
Amjot knocks it away. 1 second on the shot clock.
Watch Gary on the other end as he comes over help side and just has enough length to go up there and get it.
1 second on the shot clock for the Steelers. Delhi needs a basket. There's an aggressive move. Amjo got right to the rim.
There was no way he was giving that ball up. He got that ball just past midcourt, and you could tell he's just going to do one thing: square up his man and figure out how he could get his way down the lane and get to the basket.
Amjo's got 28. 1 minute left, third quarter. Now, warning on Delhi because Vinay Kaushik was barking at Joel Myers about. But look at Amjot Singh Gill.
Look, he's at midcourt. There's no shot. He's giving that ball up. Takes two big steps, starts at the free throw line, gets right down the lane. You saw Crockrell come in and try to slap at it. That's not enough to stop Amjot.
With a crossover to get him going. Gary for three. Misses. March controls. 40 seconds in the quarter.
You're up 5 with 40 seconds to go in a game that means everything.
Vinay Kaushik.
I say the 3 words you don't. If you're the Steelers, the 3 words you don't want to hear. Gary for 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Not at this point in the game. Not your shot.
18 on the game clock. And Vinay wanted to lead Amjot. And Amjot wasn't where the ball was, so Vinay turns it over. 14 seconds left. Punjab will get it back.
There's a 3 from the corner, right in front of the bench. Amjot was there. The problem was he had Crockrell with him. March was off to the side and wide open and fill the lane. And Amjot was actually trying to tell him, throw it to March. And he tried to look down court and overthrew everybody.
Crockrell missed. 1 second left. Rajveer missed. Crockrell's tip doesn't go, and the quarter has come to an end. So now 3 quarters are in the books. And how about this? We've got a 2-point game. Again, the winner moves on to the semifinal series in Goa. The loser will see its season come to an end. Don't go away. The exciting fourth quarter is straight ahead. We head to the final 10 minutes of the season for one of these teams, the Punjab Steelers, with a 2-point lead on the Delhi Capitals. Paul Crane and Victor Hall and Amjot Singh Gill had himself a big third quarter for the Delhi Capitals.
He really did, now sitting on 28 points in the game, 4 rebounds. You see him finally starting to find his way to the inside. We looked for this in the first half. He started finding more and more comfort with it here in the third quarter. You see him lining up Robbie, taking it to the glass, and also camping out at the free throw line. He's 13 for 13 in at the free throw line. The Delhi Capitals are 14 for 18. You take away Amjo's free throws and quit fouling him, and Delhi as a team is 1 for 5.
And he started attacking the glass a little more, going to the basket. That was a big change, but he has done it at the free throw line, but he's also made a big impression away from the free throw line.
And through 3 quarters, the other thing that makes a big impression has been the support staff of the Delhi Capitals. Their bench is outscoring Punjab's bench by the score of 36 to 10.
Crockrell.
So is that man, Dermaine Crockrell, knowing that Gary has 3 fouls, Kaushal has 4 fouls and has been on the bench, is he and Ravi, who's been in the game, but only has 5 points and has 2 fouls, is there enough support for Crockrell of guys in black jerseys to help against the support that the Delhi Capitals are getting?
And that man, Ronald March, had the ankle injury, spent some time on the bench, but then came back in. He did not score in the 3rd quarter. And the Capitals can look to the bench help you were talking about.
Yep.
They're right in the game, but March is back out there. They certainly need him in the 4th
And they're
quarter.
down a man because of the injury.
Right.
So they've
Exactly.
really
The top went out with that knee injury. Gary, strong, couldn't get around Amjo. Stolen away by Pare. Amjo there to defend, in part because he never even made it close to midcourt.
Right. He was down there with Gary, and a good job by Pare to at least pull it back out because he knew he didn't want to try to go challenge Amjo.
Illegal defense called. Capitals nowhere near Crockrell. That'll be the first time it's a warning, second time a technical foul free throw. The Mumbai Challengers await the winner of this game to begin a best 2 out of 3 semifinal series in Goa on the 10th of March here in 10 Networks. The South play-in game will be next between the Hyderabad Sky and the Bengaluru Beast for the right to go play the Pune Peshwas in Goa.
This should be a free throw situation. They had an illegal defense early in the ball game. I believe it was on Vinay. It was either Vinay or it was on Amjo on the top of the key.
You're right.
So this was their second one.
And they get it right. And who else but Crockrell to shoot the free throw? He's now 8 of 9 on the day. He's got 35 points in the Punjab lead. Climbs just a little. Still plenty of time here. Joel Myers talking things over with the game commissioner, Joseph John.
Take the point off the board.
All right, that was not, the free throw will not count. Joel Myers came over to tell us that was their first illegal defense of the game. They went back and checked. I think to your memory, I remember what you remembered, but it was about chattering, talking, not illegal defense. So they received a warning. So White received a warning. It was not an illegal defense earlier, so now that was the first. It's a warning for that. Take that point off the board and put those 3 back on. Bryant didn't hit a single 3 in the regular season. He's got 2 here in the play-in game. Lead is 7. O'Neal. He answers.
A big answer. Coming off that 19-point game from O'Neal, where he's 2 or 3 from behind the line.
Crockrell turns on the Jets and is fouled on his way to the runway.
Well, and you see why, too, because Gary went up to set the high screen. He brought Amjo with him. Amjo was on the right side of Gary, so Crockrell went the other direction. Look where Amjo is, and look which direction Crockrell goes. Instead of going to the middle of the floor, he goes away from Amjo, who got pulled up because of the screen, and outdashed Ronald March to the bucket.
8 minutes to play in the game. 2 more for Crockrell. He now has 36 points. Lead is back to 6. Gary with the steal.
Good hands by Gary, who was fronting Amjo. Amjo wanted the ball, but you got to put the ball up higher to go over the defense. Gary's got a long reach, and they tried to throw a straight shot. He put his hand up and stole it.
Pottery blocked by Dermaine. 1 on the shot clock, and it expires. Don't count it. The shot clock expired. Shot clock violation. Give it back to the Delhi Capitals. O'Neal again. And again, showing he's deserving of that All-Star selection, but he'd like to get to go a first in the semifinals.
Right. Has more than one reason to go.
Crockrell misses. Here comes Delhi. And a foul by Pari, just kind of banging into March, way away from the basket. And Pari has 4.
I know on that last 3-pointer by O'Neal, I did see the official signal that they're going to want to check it. The next opportunity, they want to look at that and see if it was a 3.
Blocked by Gary. And slapped away by Moenbeek. Good defensive play. Amjo giving it to March. He's been calling for it up. He's calling for it up.
But you don't need that right
Nope,
now.
you needed a basket. And Gary traveled again.
Boy, these
That was
last
a missed opportunity.
last 2 possessions, they're making a mess out of this thing. This is a breakaway. You have a chance. Just take it to the basket. Crockrell was even sitting back in a 3-point game, and he tried to underscoop an alley-oop to Ronald March, which you didn't need. Coach was furious on the sideline. He told Amjo, you go up and dunk it. Go take it. Crockrell stepped back to play Ronald March, and he could have taken it in. Instead, he tried to get fancy for a highlight play, which cost him points. But then on the other end, Punjab couldn't convert either.
So Amjo essentially gives up 2 points in what's now a 3-point game. The winner moves on to the semifinals to play the Mumbai Challengers in the best 2 out of 3 series in Goa, beginning the 10th of March. The loser has its season come to an end. And 6:23 remains in the season for one of these teams. Naughty miss was trying to fire up those Steelers. They have reason to feel like they were gifted 2 points. I was watching Amjad and Gary before the game, kind of chatting, but also kind of banging shoulders walking by. Wasn't too much smiley, and they were just kind of doing the same thing down at the other end as they're getting ready to get after each other. Amjad comes out trying to set the screen. Crockrell got Ronald March on the arm, so now that's 3 on Crockrell. 6:13 to play in the game. Amjad, 1 step to the basket.
Gary knew he got beat. Played up top, and did a nice pass to Amjo, gave him the lane, and Gary just gave it up.
Amjo right in the way for Rajveer, and Vinay is going to get called for the foul. So for Vinay, it's number 2. Rajveer will shoot free throws. He's 2 of 2 on the day. During the regular season, he was a 75% free throw shooter. That's his first point since the first quarter. O'Neal gets it. It's a 1-point game. 2-point game, rather. Nice job by O'Neal to save it and Muhlenbeck to keep it. Benet was looking for Amjot. Crockrell, count it! And he will go to the line.
Watch from the other end. They try to slip past to Amjot where there are a lot of bodies. Here comes Crockwell. He and Marsh both got their arms a little tangled there. You saw Marsh afterwards saying, hey, he kind of stuck his hand out at me. Both their arms got tangled. But unless he clearly pushes, that advantage will go to the offensive player every time.
Crockrell completes the 3-point play. He's now 10 of 11 on the day. 39 points. And a 5-point lead for the Steelers again.
That's it for Kalschel, who just came back into the game.
Just go in, have a little battle with Amjot, lose that, sit down. So Kalschel fouls out.
Just haven't seen the same Kalschel we saw to start the season. Had 4 field goal attempts. One of them was a 3-pointer that was an air ball. Finishes with 3 points, 2 rebounds, 5 fouls.
Ravi doing the best he can. And it's good enough.
It's good effort by Ravi on the inside. Should the Punjab Steelers win this in advance, they are going to have to get Kalschel back involved, as now there's been a technical foul called.
So all of a sudden, it sure has the feel of getting out of hand. Amjot is arguing. 4:56 to play in the season for the loser of this game, and it's starting to get emotional. .456 to play in the game. The Punjab Steelers with a 5-point lead on the Delhi Capitals in this North Division play-in game. Paul Crane and Victor Howell and Amjot working around Ravi, and Ronald March going up for the putback. He thought he got fouled, and that started all sorts of conversation. Some of it not very good.
Yeah, you saw when he turned around, looking at the official saying he got fouled, and then he ran down the floor and continued talking as he was making his way down the floor. And remember, going back to that illegal defense, not illegal defense call. The call earlier for the Delhi Capitals was an unsportsmanlike warning. So they were already given a warning. So that time he goes down the floor and he's chirping at the official with a warning, now becomes a technical foul.
It was Amjot who got the technical foul called on him, jawing at the officials.
Right.
So now Amjot has 4 fouls. And Dermaine Crockrell has 40 points. Crockrell, extra speed and height.
Boy, he went around that screen. Amjot stayed tight on Gary, who set the screen. And he saw that lane and not a white jersey to be found to come on and help side defense.
Amjad answers. He's got 32. We approach the 4-minute mark to play in the game. Punjab with the ball, up 6. And again he lifts off. 44 for 33. Benet has it slapped away. Looks like Pare has to touch it. Now Pare's argument gets a warning on the Punjab Steelers. Next time will be a technical foul. Stolen away by Pare. 3:30 to play in the game. Rajveer took the nice pass, missed the short shot. And Delhi, trailing by 8, has the ball back. Blocked by Gary as Ronald March tried the scoop, and Gary would have none of it.
Great help defense with that long reach. See Gary slides down from the high screen where Amjad set the screen and got the block, but the Delhi Capitals able to convert on the inbounds.
Muin Beck with the basket. He's got 10 points. Under 3 minutes to play. Crockrell again. 46, and the lead is 8 again. March driving and is fouled. But Muin Beck on that inbound you were talking about, Victor.
Muin Beck, see how he set the high screen and then rolled. Everybody went outside with Amjad when he set the screen, and he did a nice job. He rolled down the lane and came back to the ball to get it. And just a second ago there on the foul, it was Crockrell with the arm as he shoved Ronald March. March goes to the free throw line, but more importantly, with 2:38 to go, that's 4 on Crockrell.
And that free throw made by Ronald March, his first points since the second quarter. And he gets the roll. It's a 6-point game, 2:37 to play.
And forced a turnover on the other end.
It goes back to Delhi.
O'Neal down there playing some good defense.
Amjad. Foul called. That's now 4 on Gary. So Crockrell's out there with 4, Gary's out there with 4, Pare is out there with 4. And Amjad is now 14 of 14 at the free throw line. It's a 4-point game. Nice give and go. Gary couldn't finish.
You have to hit that. You have to hit that. You are wide open. You just turn around and lay it in directly or dunk it.
March hits that. And we've got a 2-point game. Timeout Punjab. So things have turned in a hurry again. The Dermaine Crockrell having another day.
I want to show you about what's being aggressive and what's not being aggressive. So here comes Gary on the high screen, and you see Amjot's back here, but look at all the space that he's going to see in the middle. And what you're going to find when he comes off that screen, you're going to see Dermaine Crockrell come here, and he's going straight down and up to the basket. Take a look at what he does off that high screen. Nobody on the help side defense to come. Look how aggressive he gets to the basket. Has no problem taking it to the rim aggressively. Now watch on the other end, off the roll, Gary sideways tries to lean in with his hand under the basket. There's nobody there. When you're that size and you set that good of a screen and roll down the lane, you have to have the mindset that you saw Dermaine Crockrell with. Even if you don't dunk it, come down with 2 feet, turn around and lay it in. Don't let your body go one direction and try to flick it with the other hand on the other side. It's too important of a game to be trying to play finesse basketball. Go win it with power.
Ronald March with his first field goal now since the second quarter has made it a 2-point game. And how big would those 2 points be for the Punjab Steelers now? 2:09 to play in the game. They've got the lead and the ball. Crockrell dribbling around. Rajveer takes the shot and hits it from behind the arc.
Big time shot at this point of the game.
Vinay misses. Crockrell the rebound.
Yeah, for a second he looked down the floor. He saw Body breaking away, but smart move because you don't want to take that kind of a chance and make a mistake on a full court pass.
Crockrell going up. He draws the foul and will go back to the line. Vinay another foul. It's 3 on him. Rajveer took the big shot.
And you see Ronald March had come inside, worrying about Crockrell getting to the bucket, so he kicks it out to March's man, and then on the other end, Crockrell does go to the paint this time against Vinay and March on the help side. Vinay gets called for the foul.
.47 for Dermaine Crockrell. In the first postseason game of UBA Season 4. He is 13 of 14 at the line. The lead is back to 7. March comes up short. Crockrell saves it. The outlet for Gary. There he goes. And now it's 9. And with just over 1 minute to play, the Steelers feeling good again.
That happened very quickly. The way they put out to this little spurt of points. Ronald March comes up with a 3 that's an air ball, and on the other end, Gary's breaking out. Gary was high on the end because of the screen. That's why he wasn't under the basket and easy to break away. But Gary's not the only one that's been high flying today. We saw Crockrell earlier off the screen, then off the fast break right there. Remember, he missed one when he tried to dunk it over Amjot. And then here's the latest one. Comes flying down the lane off of that high screen. No help defense in the paint. Dermaine Crockrell living above the rim. Not sure we were expecting to see that much of it today, but boy, he's found a comfort zone up there.
You could say it's Dermaine to this situation as the Punjab Steelers are trying to punch their ticket for Goa. Despite losing twice during the regular season to the Delhi Capitals. Talked about it at the top of the telecast. That allows a team like the Steelers to try to work on what went wrong in those games and fix it. And Dermaine Crockrell and company to this point have fixed it. Moving back short, but Vinay gives Delhi another chance. Stolen away by Bryant. And he makes it a double-digit lead. 54 seconds to play in the game. And 54 seconds before Punjab can get its tickets for Goa.
After one missed three-pointer and trying to reset for another one. See, Brian looked a little indecisive there. Maybe he wanted to pull out. He had a couple of teammates telling him, pull it out, hold on to it. He had committed that far and did one little sidestep and put it off the glass. But bottom line is he got the point, double-digit lead. The Steelers aren't going to sit there and feel very comfortable, but they know that time is certainly their friend right now.
Dermaine Crockrell and the Punjab Steelers want to start planning some travel. The Mumbai Challengers await the winner of this game in a best 2 out of 3 series. Amjot, no.
No need. The coach is telling Gary that right now. No need to go to the basket. Take a look at the scoreboard. Be aware of the situation. See, they're talking about it right now. So look, be aware, it's okay. It looked inviting, but right now, having the ball with that clock moving is exactly what we need. Not worried about points. Right now, the Punjab Steelers have done enough on the scoreboard to get the job done. They want that clock to tick.
Gary missing at the free throw line. He's had 10 big points. Those 2 huge blocks here in the 4th quarter. This is the free throw. It rattles home the second. Akalan Pari put together a solid game. Rajveer hit that big shot. Dermaine Crockrell had some help today. And Benet is fouled. And Pari is just fouled out.
And the Capitals are in need of three-point shooting. One of the players who can shoot the three and can launch the three is Ronald March. He's on the bench with 5 fouls. Now Parikh fouls out with 5 fouls. That last possession took a lot of time off the clock. 13 seconds gone. The free throws are nice. The Delhi Capitals need more than that right now with the clock winding down.
So Benet makes 2 of 3. Crockrell finishes. Crockrell does what Crockrell does. Rashid. He will be too late. He didn't hit a 3 in the entire regular season. Gets one in the closing moments here.
And even with that Crockrell layup, Bishwas was putting his both hands down to the ground. Say, look, slow down.
And look at number 4. Brian's going to go to the free throw line again. Karna Mehta told us about him. He does all those things that does the dirty work, makes good things happen for others, but he's made good things happen in many ways. Gary the putback, Brian the tip. And Punjab keeps it. Really a team effort with Dermaine Crockrell at the top of that team. Rajveer, 14 seconds to play, and then the Capital season will end. And the Punjab Steelers can make plans for Goa, where they'll play the Mumbai Challengers beginning the 10th of March here on 10 Networks. 12 seconds left. Adi telling his team, do not touch anybody out there. 7 seconds left. And it's an impressive 102-92 win for the Punjab Steelers. Our international player of the game, Dermaine Crockrell, with 50 points. Our Indian player of the game and a great team effort is Brian. And the Punjab Steelers will meet the Mumbai